Yo, what's going on guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got a couple of things to talk about in this video. A new Humble Bundle that is one of the best in a while, and I want to talk a little bit about LawBreakers and how hard that game is falling right now. One of my more anticipated games of the year, but that game has just plummeted since its release back in early August. So I'll talk more on that in a little bit. First of all, I do want to talk about the Humble Bundle. I am sponsored by them, but I don't cover every Humble Bundle. I just cover the ones that I think are really well worth it, and this one is really worth it. It's the Humble Capcom X Sega X Atlas bundle, and I'll go through the tiers, which at the $1 tier, you get Rollers of the Realm, Xenoclash 2, very good game, Sonic Adventure 2, very good game, Bionic Commando, another good game that's very underrated, I loved that Bionic Commando game, and Citizens of Earth. So at $1, you do get some pretty good titles. Xenoclash 2 is pretty good, kind of like a cool action fighting game hybrid. Sonic Adventure 2, I'm sure a lot of you guys have played that back on the GameCube, maybe even on the Dreamcast. That game is, of course, just as good as ever. And then you have Bionic Commando 2, which is a game that went very under the radar, but I think is a pretty good game. It's like a reboot of the old school Bionic Commando games. Has pretty good visuals for the time. I believe it originally released back in like 2008, so it has been a while, but it's a really good game. Not as good as like Bionic Commando Rearmed, which is of that 2D style. Obviously, that game just has that more nostalgic feel, but this Bionic Commando game is also very good, and I can't give you any input on Rollers of the Realm or Citizens of the Earth. Haven't played them. They both have very positive reviews on Steam, so there's that. The beat the average at $6.71 is very good. You get Renegade Ops Collection, Sonic Generations Collection. That's very nice. That typically on a Steam sale goes for like $7.50, so that's a really nice addition. You got Resident Evil 4, one of the best Resident Evil games ever, and many considered it to be one of the best PS2 games of all time. You got the first Dead Rising game, which is more of a recent release on PC. Very good game. And you got Tesla Effect, a Tex Murphy adventure. Again, Sonic Generations alone is like $7.50. Then you get Resident Evil 4 and Dead Rising. Those two games are also very good. Renegade Ops Collection and Tesla Effect, can't give you input on those as I haven't played them. And the final tier unlocks at $12 or more, and that'll get you Motorsport Manager as well as Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. The Special Edition of Devil May Cry 4 just adds some content. I believe includes all of the DLC, and you can play as Virgil through the story if you want, but the story doesn't really change. You just play as Virgil. It's more of like a skin, but I believe he does play differently. I played a lot of Devil May Cry 4, did not get a chance to check out the Special Edition, but I'm sure it's just a better version of DMC4, and DMC4 is a pretty good game. Motorsport Manager, I can't give you any input on that. So at the very least, I would definitely pay $1 to get the bottom tier, or beat the average of $6.71. That's very good. The pay $12 tier, I don't know. Devil May Cry 4 is a really old game. Motorsport Manager isn't something that really interests me, but that beat the average of $6.71 is really good. And as always, whenever a Humble Bundle starts out, the beat the average is kind of low, and it typically creeps up as the bundle continues on. So if you do want it at a cheaper price, I would get it ASAP. That's just been the trend of Humble Bundles. That's what I've noticed, so yeah, there you have that. I also want to talk about LawBreakers. This was one of the more anticipated first-person shooters of the year. It wasn't like a groundbreaking FPS, not everybody was looking forward to it, but I thought it would make an impact on the market, and looks like I was pretty wrong. Just a few days ago, the game dropped below 50 players concurrently. That means at a single time, there was less than 50 people on LawBreakers on Steam. That is absolutely crazy for a game that's only around a month old, a little bit over a month, and it's only peaking at around 250 players every 24 hours. And that's just really low. That's just a shame to see. This was a first-person shooter that I played quite a bit of the beta, and I enjoyed it, but I always had skepticism in terms of how this game would turn out, because you have so many other first-person shooters and multiplayer games on the market that I just don't think people were gonna jump to LawBreakers. You have Overwatch, which LawBreakers has seen a lot of comparisons to, and Cliff Bleszinski has thrown out a lot of negative comments towards that game, but you have that. You have Battlefield 1, you have the Call of Duty games, and then you have other games like Star Wars Battlefront 2 coming out, you have games like Destiny 2 coming out, that I just always expected LawBreakers to get lost in the shuffle, and that happened to an extreme degree. And now you've got all those meme videos coming out of LawBreakers that aren't doing it any favors. I watched a few of those, and yeah, they're freaking hilarious. Cliff Bleszinski wanted to make another billion-dollar franchise. I think in an interview, he was talking about the meetings he would attend, and he would just tell people, I want to make another billion-dollar franchise. And yeah, now you have LawBreakers, a game with less than 50 players concurrently. Not not quite a billion-dollar franchise at this point, and I don't think it's gonna be a billion-dollar franchise anytime soon. Cliff Bleszinski at one point also said that you should only play Overwatch if you love getting one-shotted in games, and obviously Overwatch has a very lively and active community, whereas LawBreakers not so much, so probably not best to throw shade at Overwatch right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like I said, check out that Humble bundle. I will leave my affiliate link down below in the description box. You can choose where the money goes. You can give some money to Humble, charity, the developers, and if you want to give a little bit of money to me, you can do that as well. And let me know what you guys think of LawBreakers. Have you played the game? Are you interested in the game? I would assume that many of you are no longer interested in the game, considering it is peaking out at around 250 players every 24 hours, so interest level for this game is obviously very low. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have a request for a future video, you can also leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.